Hey everyone, welcome to another video and thank you for tuning in. So, Tesla has delayed the Plaid delivery event. Are you really that surprised? And not only that, but on a personal note, my pedestrian warning system install has been delayed yet again, and I'm still waiting on my umbrella from Tesla. So let's get started. Okay, so if you don't know, the Plaid delivery day event was scheduled for June 3rd. And it was going to be this great big day for Tesla to roll out the Plaid Model S. So it looks like, according to Elon from a tweet, that he's going to need another week to get that car ready for us to see. So, but is that surprising? Well, to me, it really seems like there's actually more going on with the Model S Plaid and the Plaid Plus. You know, I'll pose this question and we'll come back around to it at the end of the video. But they are really pushing the Plaid instead of the Plaid Plus. I mean, they are really trying to get people to take delivery of a Plaid and cancel their order for the Plaid Plus. And I wonder why that is. You know, especially when you consider that maybe I would have thought that the Plaid Model S Plaid would have already been sold out. You know, but instead, they're reaching out to people and telling them that they could still take delivery in June. So, is there a surplus of cars? Anyway, we'll get back to that. So, and again, the Plaid delivery event was supposed to be June 3rd. Now, Elon has said it's pushed back to June 10th, and it's going to, he's going to take that time to make the car spectacular. We'll see what the end result is. But, so you have a production delay, but is anybody really surprised about that? But keep that in mind, a production delay. All right. Now going on to my pedestrian warning system install and why that's kind of important as far as like a new Tesla owner and what they can expect and how it relates to delays. First is that, one, I purchased my Model Y earlier in their actual, I guess, production runs. So I have a 25,000, low 25,000 VIN number on my Model Y. And so during that time was a weird time where they did not have to install the pedestrian warning system. So this didn't come with a speaker in the front of it and all of that stuff. So I didn't have the boombox update and everything. Well, it became available. So I thought, okay, this will be fun. And I went ahead and scheduled it up to have it installed. And that was going to be at my expense. No problem. Well, from the time I started till now, they've rescheduled me 4 times. And why this is important, I think, for anybody who's newer or new to Tesla is that your service appointments are going to be pushed out pretty far or rescheduled like mine, no matter what it is, because I think of the volume of people and the amount of cars and the limited availability of service centers. So, and that's why I think it's important, you know, this kind of scheduling and this kind of delay is important for people to understand when they're getting into the Tesla brand, that they should be aware that it comes with delays. So here again, you have a production delay and you have a service delay. So already two major factors where you're going to experience some frustrating things at times. So again, as a new to Tesla person, whether you're thinking about owning one or you are new to it and currently own one but haven't owned one for a while, or haven't had it for, you know, an extended period of time and things haven't happened yet, when they do, this is important to know so you can plan accordingly. Lastly, which is kind of a funny story, but it's telling as well, is that I ordered an umbrella from Tesla, their lifestyle site. So, like everyone else, if you're a Tesla fan, and I am, you want products from Tesla. So I ordered an umbrella And it is a funny story because they sent me the wrong one. They sent me one that you can't even order. But I'll leave a link to that video so that if you are interested in seeing it and want to know what I'm talking about, you can see it. But it's been about 2 months and I still haven't gotten the right umbrella. So now we have production, service, and I guess like a customer service lifestyle situation where even that's delayed. So 3 categories, and the last one I think is really critical, and it's vital to the success of Tesla, is supercharging, right? I mean, that's one of the things that has sold Tesla, is their supercharging availability and their network. Well, I did a trip about 6 months ago, and I'll leave a link to that video as well. I went from here to North Carolina, Florida to North Carolina, and while doing that during the holiday season, I started noticing that the supercharging stations were getting pretty crowded, especially at peak times. You know, if you leave at 8 or 9 in the morning, you know, and you're traveling a long distance, chances are you're going to stop in the same charging area as the rest of the people leaving around that area, heading in the same direction about the same time. And so that makes some congestion, or creates some congestion at those locations. And so I pointed that out and I said, you know what, this is probably only going to increase as time goes on, and as the popularity of Tesla increases, you know, as more and more cars come out there. Well, I went to a supercar event about, now I guess it's been about a month now, here in Florida, and it was about 200 miles away in Palm Beach. And here's a little clip of the supercharging station that I went to in that area. And again, this is not an area where it was, it's not like Orlando where you have Disney, or Tampa St. Pete where you have the beaches or anything like that. This is just a regular charging station on a Sunday afternoon around, I think it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's a wait. It was crowded. But here's the thing. So this is not a necessarily a busy time, but every charger is packed. And we talked about this in an earlier video where every single charging station would actually be filled because there's so many more out there on the road. Just a little side note. And I think this is going to be typical as we move on, because, and here, this is why I think that, the amount of supercharging stations that are available currently, and by the end of this year, we're probably going to have close to 1 million new Teslas out there. And I don't think that the supercharging stations can accommodate all of these new cars. And I know that they're continuing to put out the prefab stations and superchargers and, you know, areas, and they're going up pretty quickly. But for a while, I think we're going to be dealing with congestion. I don't think, like Tesla themselves, they can keep up with the demand. You know, that many cars coming out in 2 years, we're going to have over 2 million cars sold and out on the road. And with that, again, I don't think they're going to be putting enough chargers out each year. You know, once it caps out and everything else falls into place, we might be all right. But I think if we're traveling, if you travel a lot, you need to expect some delays. So, all right, so let's recap this. Production delays, service delays, lifestyle product delays, and then now possibly supercharging delays. How long do you think it's going to take for us to get around that? And my answer to that, in my opinion, is, and again, just my opinion, it's going to be years. With Tesla growing at this crazy rate, I don't think that they can keep up. And again, when I say they can't put enough superchargers up, think about the product line. If you have a Tesla of any sort and you damage it, well, they're so busy building the parts for a new vehicle and making money off of that, that they're not really focusing on replacement parts. So you're going to have to wait longer. And I've already experienced that. I damaged my hood. And so again, if you're new to the channel, I've had quite the experience with my Tesla. And I think it's only going to continue to become more entertaining and more fun. So stick around for things that happen with my Tesla. So again, I crushed my windshield, damaged the hood, and so I had to have that repaired. And the repair shop could have done it probably in a week. But they said the reason it took almost a month is they were waiting on parts. And not only were they waiting on parts, but they were also waiting on Tesla to do some of the repairs, because the body shops still have not caught up to do the specific work that only Tesla can do. They don't have specialized people out at the body shops that can work on Teslas quite like how Tesla trains their own employees. So my vehicle actually had to be repaired some at the body shop, one that they recommended, so I didn't take it to a body shop by choice. This is what Tesla told me to do. So they sent me to a body shop. They did some repairs, and then the body shop had to send my vehicle back to Tesla for them to do their portion of the repairs, and then send it back to the body shop to finish the repairs. So again, delays. And that's something that, again, I just want to convey to someone getting into Tesla or someone who's thinking about a Tesla to be aware of. Because when you know what you're in for, it really does make the ownership experience better. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm frustrated. You know, we know about waiting on FSD. We know about waiting for the Roadster, the Cybertruck, or whatever, right? Well, it's Tesla is Elon time, and Elon time is 2 weeks means 2 months, 2 years, whatever. We get it. But in the real world, where we're actually having to live with these vehicles, again, it's important to know so that you can be prepared and have a realistic expectation of what's to come. So again, I just wanted to pass that along to you guys. Is there a solution? I don't think so. I think it's just, these are the growing pains. You know, some of the advantages of being an early adopter of Tesla is fun. And being able to experience these things new, is great, but also having to go through and work with Tesla as they grow into this ginormous company, and the popularity, you know, just exploding, and having to wait for these what seem like routine things for other manufacturers is frustrating. But again, if you know, you can plan accordingly. The last thing that I want to talk about is, it's more of a question with a few theories, is why are they pushing the Plaid so hard and not really pushing the Plaid Plus? And again, my theory is, one of them is, that there's going to be a huge delay in the Plaid Plus. I think the production of that vehicle is going to kind of be like the Roadster, where it's going to be so specialized, it's only going to cater to a certain amount of people, that they're going to push that car further and further back. And they know that people who are in line for that Plaid Plus are going to get frustrated, just like people who are with the Roadster and whatnot, that it's only going to create some dissatisfaction. And I know that Tesla does not want people to be unhappy with them. So that's one theory. The other is that I've talked to some people, and they seem to think that there's more money to be had in the regular Plaid, because they're using normal battery cells, and the production is very similar to what the old Model S was, and there's a bigger profit margin on that. Whereas the Plaid Plus, new batteries for sure, and the suspension, the deployable wing, spoiler, is all money that they're going to have to recoup over a longer period of time. So maybe there's just not a margin that's that great in that vehicle quite yet. So that's another theory. And again, the last is just plain and simple, like I said earlier, is that there are people who think that the Plaid Plus won't come for at least a year longer than what they're saying. Right now it's projected for mid 2022, that we could be into maybe 2023 or mid 2023 because of how specialized it is, and that they don't want to make people mad. So tell me what your thoughts are. And if you're new to Tesla, did you really come into this thinking that there would be these kinds of waits? And unfortunately, I believe, and again, just my opinion, that all these waits are only going to get worse because so many people are buying Teslas and so many people are out there discovering it and starting to use Teslas cross country and doing more things with them, that the chargers, the supercharging stations just become so much more vital, right, in your daily usage of these vehicles. So at any rate, that is all I have for today. And does that mean I'm going to get rid of my Tesla? No, it doesn't. It means that I'm going to be like most Tesla fans and just be patient and see how this all goes. Plus, it'll be interesting to see the whole experience, you know, from A to Z, destroying this car to rebuilding it and changing it, modifying it, whatnot. So, as always, go to your car meets, have fun with your mods, and enjoy what you have. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you on the next video.